What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Seattle Mariners Baseball here on youtube.com/Shaunosaurus Today, we have a double header for you between the Texas Rangers and the Seattle Mariners. You may have noticed that the game did not go up yesterday at 1 p.m. Pacific time like it normally does. That's because the internet was out. It was out from like 8 or 9 a.m. on Monday, 8 or 9 a.m. on Monday. And then it did not get turned back on until 1:30 Tuesday afternoon. I got like a text message on my phone. It was like, hey, internet's back on. Sorry about the service interruption. I'm like, God damn it. Don't know why you had to do that. But hey, everything's fine. It all works out. No big deal. So we're going to do a double header here. I don't know if you can switch how many innings you have. I was thinking about doing what the MLB does if there's like an outage or not an outage, an internet outage. If the MLB runs into an internet outage. No, if they have like a delay or whatever, they'll do 7-inning double headers. So I thought that would be kind of interesting. We could do that. If not, it'll just be the regular 9-inning games. And so that'll be today's video. A little longer than normal, but hey, that's what happens when you have technical issues or whatever. A thunderstorm, perhaps a lightning. Lightning actually delayed the Monday Night Football game last night. Or Monday night when this video posts, between the Chargers and the Raiders, which I was a little surprised to see the Raiders back on Monday Night Football again, but I guess it kind of turned into a good game. It doesn't really matter, okay? Because we have the Seattle Mariners, who unfortunately are not in the wild card game, which starts here in about an hour. Yankees and Red Sox, whatever, go Red Sox. Marco Gonzalez is on the mound here for the first game of this 2-game set against Kyle Cody. 12-5 Marco Gonzalez, 2.38 ERA. 75-45 Seattle Mariners with a 1-0 series lead, 44-75. Almost inverse records there. Texas Rangers, Kyle Cody is 4-6 with a 5.84 ERA. 9-1 in our last 10 games. Getting an extra game on the Angels as they lost. They were on a big 10-game tear, probably. I think 10 to 11 game tear. And they've dropped the last couple. So we've been able to extend that gap a little bit. The Astros just a bit behind them with a nice set of wins. The Athletics with a not so nice number of losses. And then the Rangers way back there. There's a big old gap between third and fourth place, which is surprising. Over in the wild card, the American League West team still separating themselves from the rest of the pack. Cleveland, Toronto, Boston kind of in the running. You could throw Tampa Bay in there as well. I would say the White Sox is kind of where it's like, it's not looking so good. But there you go. A little update on that. Last game was a 5-1 win. Sam Delaplane picking up his 14th win of the season, which means he is right among the league leaders. Depending on how the rotations work out, I think he bumped himself into like a tie for second, maybe third, depending on how things worked out around the league, but there you go. We are in the midst of an 8-game road trip, so we'll be seeing Texas for 2 today, and then we'll head to Houston for a 3-game set, and then Oakland for a quick 2-game set before heading back home. So let's play the next game. Let's see if we can short it to 7 innings, because I think that would be interesting. The thing is it like kind of doesn't matter. Play full game. That alternate road. That hybrid. Okay. Well, guess it doesn't really work that way. All right, that's fine. Marmolejos and Fraley, flipping them. Everybody else should be good. Dylan Moore, he's batting well. Do I really want to sub him out? I was thinking about putting Shedlong Jr. at second, but we'll let Dylan Moore with his hot hand stay in. This is switching a righty and a lefty. It is a left-handed pitcher again. We should be okay. We'll be all right. We'll let that ride. Unfortunately, no 7-inning doubleheader. We'll not have to, but we'll do full doubleheader today against the Texas Rangers. There you go. Don't forget to scroll down, subscribe. Almost every day at 1 p.m. Pacific time, barring moving or going on a trip or the internet being out or whatever. I don't know. That's the idea. That's the goal. Mariners baseball every day, 1 p.m. Pacific time, right here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. Be sure to scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell. We just hit 500 subscribers yesterday. I'd been keeping an eye on it. I talk a little bit about it in a Halo video that's coming out about how kind of weird the situation was, where, you know, it was just kind of a weird situation, I guess. Welcome to Texas. I can talk more about it during the game because I hit the 500 number. Clipped over to 501 this morning, which is nice. For a while, ever since the Eon Flux video went up, I guess I can save this for later in the game. We'll talk about it in a bit. Let's get... Oh, Tyler Hearn. That is not the man that we saw because he has a 2-2 record and a 4.81 name. His name is also not Kyle Cody. It's Tyler Hearn. 43 innings pitched. I saw his picture in the intro thing, and it didn't even register. Didn't even cross my mind. Donnie Walton looking at a 4-seam fastball over the heart of the plate. We've been playing pretty well here in Arlington. Winners of 3 of the last 4 in this stadium, putting together some big innings early in the game and kind of working from there. 4-seam fastball, slider, changeup, and a 2-seam fastball is what we're working against today. A couple of fastballs to start it off.
Yeah, and you don't want to be playing average baseball in front of your home fans. They need to find a way to win this game and try and take 3 out.
That's a good take right there. First take was a bad one. Second 2, I think we're good. I also wasn't 100% prepared because I was putting my camera back on that first one, so that was easy. Sneak a fastball in there. Get ahead of the count. That did not go anywhere. All right, that was another one that was way out of the zone, and I chased it. So it's been a day. There was an extra day off for me in playing this game, which is odd. We'll get back on track today. Hopefully get right for the Houston series. Could be a big series there. Within, they're in striking distance. Ooh. I like that. That was a nice pitch. That was a nice slider on pitch number 1. I was not looking for it at all. Clipped the top of the zone. That's like a little, just like, I see what you're doing there. Yeah, you don't have to give him the finger guns. You just kind of tip your hat. You're like, all right. All right. I respect it. I don't like it, but I respect it. Mercifully, that is foul. That is a slider that was way outside. All right. Should probably be a 3-1 count, but that's no big deal. That's all right. Got it to a 3-2 count, so no big deal. I looked right at it. Couldn't decide what I wanted to do there. Damn. He kind of froze me, honestly. I'd seen so many sliders, and I just... He missed a couple inside, and... that's all right. Oh, also, today we'll get an opportunity to win this series, which, if I can find it, we can crack open whatever this is, Allen and Ginter a pack of cards. Oh, that was way too aggressive. Damn. All right. Kind of a typical start here. Actually, not really. It's like overall, it's a typical start for the Mariners, just not doing super well. In Arlington, we've been able to put together runs in the first inning, I think, 4 of the last 5 games, including this one. Marco Gonzalez is today's starter for the Mariners. 24 starts with 12-5 record, 2.38 ERA, 155 innings, 125 strikeouts, 11 walks. 11 walks. That is wild. All right. little slow on the wind-up there.
And fellas, you take a look at these Seattle Mariners at the start of play here tonight. They've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last 10 ball games.
Yeah, Matty V, what we're seeing there is a team, D-Roll. They're starting to put the gas pedal down right now. They're starting to get some length in this division. Yeah, this team's playing well.
So that gave me Tom Murphy. And I just...
So now up steps Isaiah Kiner-Falefa as he'll take a look at ball 1. In his career,
I don't know why that threw me off so much.
7 hits in 27 at-bats. He's also gone down on strikes 5 times.
There we go.
Over here, and that evens things at 1. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
What a fucking horrifying smile. I took some of the Joker's gas. I love Heath Ledger. I meant to say Joaquin Phoenix. I love his style of way too much acting. It's just a lot of it. Kind of mesmerizes me, but it's not because it's good. It's just because there's a lot of it. Alright, so fouled away. Nobody on. Keeping an eye on the runner on first.
I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these pitches off. Maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2.
We have 9 pitches through 2 batters.
Especially in a 1-2 count. You almost get in that auto swing mode. Great job to work the count back to even.
And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield.
Wow.
And this drops in the infield. And he'll reach first safely.
I don't know. I don't even know what happened there.
That'll bring in Nick Solak as it's grounded sharply to first. He's got it, and he'll step on first himself for the out.
I don't know. I don't understand what happened. That should be that should have been the second out.
Where his guys could push across only 1 score.
And we got to be careful with Gallo here.
Now the first pitch.
That is not being careful with Gallo. I located that low and inside, and that was high and inside.
Second with 1 down in the inning.
Fouled away.
Sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. As a look, now the pitch. Good ride.
There we go. It's a nice cutter. Now, kind of working with how I usually work. Putting the defense in not a great position here.
The execution was flawless. Nice curveball that starts in the zone.
There's a swing and a drive, and everybody's just going to sit back and watch that one fly. A no-doubt home run. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right.
So that was a really terrible pitch. That's on me. A lot of times I complain like Tom Murphy calls the same fucking pitch over and over and over again in the same spot. That was just a curveball that I absolutely missed.
What a way to start this one off. Scoreless top.
Oh boy.
And you answer with a bomb at the bottom of the first.
And here's the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun. 0-1 the count.
So 3-0 here to Texas. A bad team.
3 runs already home here. Swing and a miss here, and he's
See if we can settle down here. Should be able to push some runs across.
150 innings of work so far.
I mean, Gallo is their most dangerous hitter. I might consider just walking him. I probably should.
Strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch.
There we go. Got him.
Looks at a sinker for a third strike, and now 2 gone.
That one hurts. That one, I mean, it's like, it's easy for me to like look at it and just be like, okay, that was a terrible pitch. Just got rocked. I said it before, like as he was going up. It's like, I can't fuck around with this dude. I like just like I need to get him out or whatever. And I was literally in the middle of saying like I'd put my defense in bad positions, and now basically I'm kind of relying on myself to get a double play. It's basically that like I got to get 2 outs without moving any of those base runners. So it's a strikeout and then like a fly ball or a very short bunting-esque ground out to fly ball, just something that holds people where they are. And I was obviously unable to do that. 22 pitches here in the first inning for Marco Gonzalez. The top-rated pitcher in my starting rotation. I don't know how good he is. Ken Giles is...
2 balls and 2 strikes, the count to Chris Davis.
Oh, man, when you're struggling out there on the mound, it's like adding insult to injury when you're not getting the close calls you need. That'll make you want to pull your hair out.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
Here now the 2-2. Sliced hard on the ground, but the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. Davis will run first and make his way to second now. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
Sometimes you get off
Wow.
the foot and it's hard to
Wow.
get the right one.
Wow. Wow. Fuck you, you shit fuck ump. Fuck you. That was a terrible pass to the ball.
At the plate now, Ronald Guzman. As he takes
Oh, that one was a strike. Where was that last time?
I think this inning could have far-reaching effects in this game. They're really making him work, and unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
And here's a
I forgot what I was saying.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired.
We can get back in this. Joey Gallo obviously going deep. I don't even know if I finished my thought, but
All coming on the 3-run home run.
no, I did. I think I did.
We'll head to the top of the second.
I don't
It's
know.
now 3-0
This is not the start I was looking for. This was not what I hoped for when it's like, oh hey, an extra day off.
It is Kyle
You know?
Seager, and he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
Here's the first pitch. And he fouls this one
He threw
off.
the first pitch of the first inning
Featuring a mid-90s
over that,
like this pitch.
over the heart of the plate.
Attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes.
That's not going to do it.
The off-speed pitches.
Real early on the changeup.
And he'll take this to the bag himself, and the leadoff man set down to start the second. Mitch Haniger the next to bat, and he's really been feeling it at the plate the last week or so. Definitely one player to keep your eye on right now.
I just that fucking missed strike call.
First pitch coming, here it is. Ball 1.
It's a good take. Chip away. Look out for Joey Gallo and just chip away.
On a great pitch there, caught him reaching. It's 1-1.
There was no reason for me to swing at that.
Many guys were throwing that elevated fastball with that much velocity on it. The game has changed.
Swing and a blooper down the right field
That'll
line.
work.
And that's in there, base hit.
I'll take that. That's fine. That's fine.
Man, he's seeing it like a beach ball right now. Even his soft contact is finding holes there.
He's making it nearly impossible for a pitcher right now. Up, down, in and out, hard, soft. Anything you throw forward to home plate, this guy seems to somehow be able to find a hole.
And that'll bring in Tom Murphy. As the first pitch
He doesn't have
misses to a
great
ball.
command here, which I think I kind of noted in the first inning, but that hasn't slowed me down, which is the problem.
Haniger, a runner at first with one gone in the inning. strike.
I got that. I had good timing on that. Just bad ball barrel.
High hop and he barehands it. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first. And now, this ball's going to wind up out of play. And a big mistake.
I don't know why he did that.
This is a costly mistake, to say the least. It's a dead ball situation. That means those runners automatically move up to second and third, not helping your cause very much
Holy
when your
shit.
errors are putting guys into scoring position.
And this ball's pretty well
We might
struck
be
high
back
and
in
deep
this
to left
game. We
field.
might be back in this game.
The ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run.
3-3. Just like that. Dylan fucking Moore. Holy cannoli.
Three-run shot down the line.
Holy shit.
Number 14 on the season. And
Wow.
The Mariners have come back to tie it at 3.
Gave up 3 in the bottom of the first. Got 3 in the top of the second.
Looking at that pitch again,
Wow, that
he
error
just flat out
is
missed his
brutal, but it's
location.
actually not that brutal because
Right there, and he's
home run scores everybody anyway.
all tied up again, starting this thing all over.
Wow.
So here now is Ty France. And that misses ball 1. He enters
Who the
play with
fuck is his
14
strike
home
zone?
runs to his credit this year.
Wow. All right. Brand new ball game here, top 2.
1-0. Finds the zone, strike 1.
Where the fuck is your strike zone? Is it like literally just a ball this way?
And here's a fast
There's
ball.
the rack.
Close as he runs it to 2-1 now. Sent out to straightaway center field. DeShields is there, makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. So 2 out, nobody on, and up next is Evan White. Here's the first pitch.
Outside.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here. You've had a couple hits in the inning. You got a 1-0 count leverage. Let's see if he can gap something.
I saw it, but my brain just couldn't communicate with my thumb. And,
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1.
oh, fouled away. And I swung at a terrible changeup way outside.
In the air out to left.
That didn't do
Davis
anything.
is under it, and he's got it
Okay,
for the
weird
final out
inning.
the frame.
Weird inning. I think a lot of people will be like, oh, you got lucky because of the error. And I wouldn't argue that
But the
necessarily.
Mariners pick up 3 in the
But,
inning on this 3-run home run.
Yeah.
We'll go to the bottom of the second.
Wow.
We're tied now with
3 runs on 2 hits. That's good news for me. All right.
Now it'll be Sherton Apostle, and he is proving to be
Okay.
something of a non-threat with a bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty.
There we go.
Fastball taken for
Strike 1. See what we can do here. Acquired from Pittsburgh in 2018.
Sent on the ground out to second. Reined in.
Now we're going to need some good innings here out of Gonzalez to get this pitch count down a little bit. 31 through 1 1/3 isn't where I want to be. If we can have this around like,
Set to get
I don't know,
his
60 through
plate started.
4, I think that's all right.
Presley tried to get it going at the plate. It's been tough sledding for him so far this year. He's set and the pitch. Hit hard back up the middle. And that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
That's all right. One good pitch away from a double play.
Counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a
This curveball is just not working for me today. It's the second one I've left hanging. Obviously that one not as bad because it's still a little lower in the zone. It wasn't blasted for 3 runs.
Or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting lucky.
Delino DeShields is at the
but
plate as he watches ball.
Still not buried where I wanted it.
Presley, base runner at first with 1 out.
There we go.
Strike at the knees.
It's a nice
Evens
cutter.
the count at 1-1. 1-2 now as
Fouled off the sinker. I wonder if I go high and inside on the cutter. He wants a sinker low. All right.
Tried to hold up there.
Ooh.
Field down to first and no swing. It's ball 2.
All right, here now I'm just going to take over. Going to attack the cold zone.
This one up just beyond the infield on the right side.
That one I got.
Takes care of it. 2 away.
I just like I don't even know what happened. I missed that other one in the field, and that one came up to bite me.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Swing and a liner. In there, a base hit.
Wow, and the hits just keep piling up for them. Take a look at the numbers here. That's already 6 hits, and we're only in the 2nd inning. We'll see if they can keep this up as the innings go on.
Into the box now, Nick Solak. As he'll take a look at a high strike
All
that
right.
time. It's 0-1.
Starting to play a little bit with fire here.
Comes set, the 0-1. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And this is pot foul, but perhaps playable behind first.
Okay. All right. So that does 2 things. Obviously, number 1, ends the inning. That's good. Number 2, it makes it a little easier to pitch to, or even just intentionally walk Joey Gallo, who will lead off the bottom half of the 3rd for the Texas Rangers. That's why I said I was playing with fire a little bit there as we were getting close. If he gets on, then all of a sudden Gallo's on, potential bases loaded. That's a little worrying, but that's all right. So, top 3 here.
Comes the first pitch, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1.
And it is 3-3.
Here's a fastball
Okay.
at the knees.
I don't know why, but I keep thinking these pitches are going to tail off out of the zone, so I've been kind of trying to get balls, but instead it's backfiring a little bit.
It makes all the difference mentally.
A little bit off the outside. It's
There we go.
1-2.
Going to need to make a little bit of an adjustment with his slider release and at least tempt the hitter that it's going to be a strike.
Late on that one. Holy shit.
Lucky he got a piece right there. He was definitely late on that pitch after seeing a previous off-speed pitch.
That one's low.
Misses, ball 2.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Swinging a ball yanked
Well, that'll
down the
work.
right field line. And this will find the wall deep in the corner.
That's fine. That's fine.
And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
He went with the slider, but the hitter wasn't fooled for a second. Gets to barrel the bat through the zone and rips it down the line for a leadoff double.
Stepping in now, Jake Fraley.
Oh, late on that 4-seam
Foul
fastball.
off to the left and out of play. So far this year against Southpaws, Fraley brings the batting average just a little over the 250 mark. Set to deliver the 0-1. Rounded softly down the line toward first. And with his
He's
speed,
safe. Oh my God, his speed. His speed, incredible speed.
13-game hitting streak seems like a pretty good number for this guy.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
a
God.
dozen right there. We're almost looking at 2 weeks of just sleeping like a baby. I can't be. You're gonna hear me reiterate this throughout this streak. I can't tell you, when you're swinging the bat like this, your food tastes better, your wife gets prettier, everything is just working.
In now, Kyle
Oh, that was a
Lewis.
bad swing.
Chop weakly up the first base line. And they're runners at the corners now. Now the 0-1. High and deep
Early.
down the left field line.
Just early on a four-seam fastball. Boy, that could have gone.
Second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball.
Whew.
Back-to-back.
Check swing. Kind of thought about swinging.
Now.
So yesterday, 500 subscribers. Hit 500 subscribers. Thank you so much. If you're one of those 500 subscribers that have subscribed. I actually at 501. Tipped over to 501 this morning. So I was pulling up. Fuck me. We'll score a run, but that's 2 outs. That's really bad. That's so bad. We got so lucky. Ah, fuck.
Kind of kills it. They did get the run in, but the batter doesn't get credit for an RBI.
Anyway. Thank you so much. I was over here looking at my other monitor.
Here's the third baseman now, Kyle Seager. And on the first pitch, he hits it in the air to right. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Pulling up some stats just to give you some interesting facts here. Today is October 5th, so October 4th we hit 500 subscribers. And I figured this, I don't know, it's a cool milestone. It's halfway to 1,000, which probably means I'll stop doing the regular updates of 100s. Maybe I'll keep doing that all the way up to 1,000. We'll see. I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Good. I'm glad I stopped talking to focus on that terrible swing right there. Now, hit that yesterday. Over the past couple of months, I've been posting fairly regularly that these 100 subscriber milestones that I've been hitting. I started YouTube all the way back in 2018. Doing week in review and a couple of like random videos here and there, but it was mostly just week in review every Tuesday. And then I kind of messed around with the idea of doing some like sports stuff, but I don't think that never really caught on. And so I kind of quit that series, mainly because I didn't have the recording equipment I do now. I was recording my audio through OBS. And then I was recording the file on an actual PlayStation 4 in a format that I could import into Adobe and then try and sync up the audio to the best of my ability. And then it became kind of a hassle to like get stuff done. Like the syncing wasn't correct, and it became like it was taking way more time than I wanted to put into it, so I just gave up. So I quit that and then just kind of went to week in review, and then in 2019 I started doing Twitch streams and uploading all those VODs. And from the beginning, the sub count had always been like pretty slow. You get like that kind of like first like batch of like family, friends, people you know, or like Facebook friends or Instagram followers, all that sort of stuff. And that's great, and I appreciate everybody who subscribed. That's the weird thing. When I was talking about it in the Halo video, I was like talking about how I wish I could just tell a story and it could just be a story, and it doesn't sound like it's either like it's overly negative. Like, I'm not annoyed that the subscribers didn't like blow up immediately. I knew it wasn't going to happen. It's just kind of like telling a story and just kind of like letting it be a thing, not like a commentary on any sort of anything, I guess. I feel like maybe that's just kind of like the millennial speech pattern, to be like constant apologizing of like, I'm sorry if this sounds weird, or I really appreciate it, like that apologizing / like reassurance that like everything's fine, it's cool, whatever. That makes sense. I don't know. Anyway, you get that first batch, and then you kind of maybe get some people here and there who find your content either through friends or someone else posting it, or like a common interest sort of thing. But for a long time I was under 100, and the goal was always to get to 100 subscribers, because that's when you can have the .com / your name, like that URL. And I wanted that really badly because I thought that would be cool. I'd love to just, instead of being like, hey, subscribe, and I don't have like a great way to like communicate that to like people. And it's always like when you post it on any sort of platform, when you're trying to show your content, it's like, it's always some weird, gross looking URL. It's not concise. It's not helpful. It's kind of a weird double-edged sword where I think when you need it the most, it is the most inconvenient URL. When you need that shorthand where you're like, it's youtube.com/Shaunosaurus Rex. When you need that the most, it's the least, it's not available. And I understand why. It makes sense. You know, get to 100 subscribers, post videos, do all this sort of stuff, you know, and we'll give you a thing for a frankly, fairly low bar to entry. But I kept, you know, chugging along, plucking along, crossed, you know, doing 2 years on YouTube and putting content up weekly and then pretty much daily. After a certain point, and it probably, when the Twitch stream stuff, I started doing that. That was when stuff started going up daily or multiple times a week. I don't remember exactly what the schedule was because that was 2 years ago. Holy shit. And so, oh, hi Heidi. We'll listen to her.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Mariners manager Scott Service during the break about his team's offensive performance so far. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They've already put 4 runs on the board, and they've done so by running up their opponent's pitch count. So he said he thinks they're going to have a lot more opportunities to score because of that as the game goes on.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
So we'll go back. 2019. I start kind of tinkering around with some new series stuff. Or maybe I had some other series stuff, but I start doing in 2019, no, 2020.
Swing and a liner.
Foul.
Well, it's been a rough one so far. 4 runs through 3 innings.
Hold on.
Time to get that pitch count
Get my
down.
dates
He
correct
won't be
here.
out here very long.
You know, I'd start doing some seasonal stuff. I think 2019 or 2020, I started doing like, oh, drats. Damn it, I shouldn't have paused for Heidi. So 2019, that's when I start doing the Twitch streams. The sub count really doesn't go up a whole lot. I'm hovering between 50 and 60 subs. It's not a big deal. I know that I'm kind of just, I'm putting up videos with regularity, but still sometimes irregular with like schedule stuff that isn't working. And fuck, I was early on it.
Here comes the 0-1.
That's a ball. I know that it's not going to just explode, you know, one day. But it's just kind of like, it's kind of listening to people saying like, hey, if you're consistent, like it'll happen eventually. So I just keep, you know, plugging away at that. I have some stuff that goes up that's like pretty big. In late 2018, the Let's Play Crayola Scoot goes up. I knew that would get some views. I figured it would get way higher than average because the game didn't have, that was a bad, terrible swing. The game didn't have a ton of coverage on it. I had it before release day, which was nice. So shoot your shot on those like emails. I like DM'd them or tweeted them or something like that. I tweeted the like developer or publisher of Crayola Scoot. I was like, hey, if you like my tweet so much, why don't you send me a code for the game? And they're like, yeah, here's a code for the game. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure, that works. So I figured that would do some numbers. I'm sure the subscriber count bumped up a little bit. And then in 2019, mid 2019, the Minecraft Toy Story series, a 4-part series, went up throughout that summer. We had the Men in Black Alien Crisis gameplay going up. That went up. And those all did like really well, and they're still kind of, they're chipping away, chugging along at their own pace. And they've always, you know, done really well. I figured Minecraft would do well. The Minecraft Toy Story thing was super timely with Toy Story 4's release, so it was kind of a nice synergistic zeitgeist sort of thing, I guess, where like Minecraft's popular and it has this Toy Story component that's hot in the moment. Take advantage of that, throw some content up. So I did that. But nothing really took off a ton. It was just kind of hanging out. Late 2020, I end up moving. I guess we're actually still in 19. So 2019, keep going. Keep just kind of doing the own stuff. I got the grab bags going. I got, just whatever else I'm throwing up. It's stuff that I've always enjoyed. And I think that's the thing that's always stuck with me. It's just kind of like do whatever the fuck you want. Which is what I've done, and which is why there's like 4 seasons of grab bag up there, and which is why there's, series that, like, I don't know, I don't really think people give a shit about, but I'm having fun with it. Mystery Bag Mondays are up. We got, grab bags. We got Movie Monday. And it's just kind of like stuff and ideas that I think is fun, I think is interesting. And so I keep, just streaming through 2019 into 2020, hit 2 years on Twitch, 3 years on, YouTube. I'm going to do, at this point, I'm like, things are fine. When the beginning of 2020 hits, it's like, oh, things are okay. Like, things are fine. I'm chugging away with Week in Review, doing the Twitch stream stuff. It's all going pretty well. Then, a big fucking pandemic hits. And, it like just hampers Week in Review. Like, I stuck with that show way longer than I probably should have. As I was putting it out, I put it out pretty much every Tuesday through the end of 2020. Even when it was like really struggling, and it was just, there's just like no movies coming out, and there's like not a whole lot of other content. It's just like, oh man, this is not doing what I needed to do. For me, like, creatively, I think the content really suffered toward the end there, and like it's just all like a big mess because it's hard to like find shit to talk about. So I keep doing that, and I keep chugging away at that, and I finally decided at the end of 2020 to get rid of it. At this point, I had started Mario Monday, which I probably could get back to. I played the first 2 full, what are basically the Paper Mario games. Super Mario RPG, I played that on the SNES Classic, and then on, then I played Paper Mario on the Nintendo 64. I'm just swinging at everything. Fuck me. And then I played half of Paper Mario Color Splash? No, that's not what it's called. Is that what it's called? What's the Switch one? Whatever the Switch one is. But I fall off that when I move in late 2020 and like all that stuff. And the numbers are it's pretty stagnant, It picks up 1, 2 here, there. But after I'm done with the new series of this is such a long-winded story. Holy shit. After I start, I finish up this new series, Mystery Bag Monday, I'm going to go in, I'm going to do Movie Monday. It's going to be a fun little break, and I'm just going to kind of rotate those series throughout the year. And that's, kind of the plan. Hasn't really worked up to this point, which is fine. High fly ball. I caught it at the wall. Fuck. I have no idea, like, what's going to happen. Like, I have no fucking clue what's about to happen. The numbers have been stagnant, and I think they sat around 77 to, like, 82 or something. Something really weird. And on March 22nd, Eon Flux goes up. Movie Monday, it's episode, I think it's episode number 3 or something like that. It's Eon Flux. And it is the stupidest, most random fucking game that, like, basically I saw at Entertain Mart, and I was like, oh, that's a good one to get. That's exactly what I'm looking for Movie Monday. It's kind of a weird pull. It's like I guess, kind of recognizable, cult classically recognizable. It's an MTV cartoon that they turned into a movie in 2005, which is kind of like the height of shit movie games, because the games seem like they're cheap enough to produce that, you know, they don't have to sell a ton to remake their profit. You know, you put a free movie ticket in there, you hope maybe it's not terrible, you get some marketing out of it, you move on with your life. And that one specifically did have a free movie ticket in it, like advertised on it. Whew, there's a strikeout for out number 2 here. So we're in the bottom of the 5th inning, still 4-3, because I've been talking for a very long time about this. And that video just takes off, and I don't know why. And it still is doing very well. It is up to 95. Yeah, 95,500 views, which is absurd. Which, like, it blows past Crayola Scoot, which is at the time easily the most viewed video on my channel, and just keeps going. And then the subscribers show up, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I hit 100. So between March 22nd, when that video posted, and the first post I made when I hit the first triple-digit milestone, which was 100 subscribers, that was April 24th. So a month and 2 days. 33 days, because March has 31 days in it. That helped the channel get up to 100 subscribers. And pretty much every month for the next 3 or 4 months, I was at, you know, I was picking up 100 subscribers. The next one was 200, which I actually kind of missed. It said 206 because it like eclipsed while I wasn't looking or was asleep or whatever. And that was that was May 20th. And then you go to 300, and that's July 5th. So that one's a little bit slower. Got 365. I don't know why I posted that. Up to 400. That was August 16th. So that was about a month and a half. And it kept on a pretty good clip until I moved a second time in late 2021. Or today, like September of 2021, moved, and that threw off like everything. That threw off the whole plan. Like, I haven't even started Bus Simulator 21, which I was so excited about. And it was because I moved and I didn't get internet right away. And the reason I bring this up is because that number stagnated at 477 subscribers just forever. Like, I was like, oh shit, like this is like really bad. Like, I hit this number and like, is this where it kind of like plateaus and like that's kind of it? And then, you know, I got the internet installed, things have been going better. I'll be getting the double uploads in a consistent manner, 6 a.m., 1 p.m., with the exceptions here and there. Reworking plans and content schedules and stuff like that. And just kind of like going for it again, you know, kind of getting back into that flow. And I don't know why I swung at that pitch, but motherfucker, that was such a bad swing. And I don't know why, but all of a sudden, whatever, the numbers start going up again. And I'm like, what the hell? That's odd. Even when, like, that might go. It's gone. Home run, Mitch Haniger for the Mariners, 5-3. The number's stagnant at 477, right? And the views for Eon Flux, which you can see like the last like 48 hours, are routinely, normally they're in the top, and it's usually like well over like 1,000. Like right now it's at like 3.2 thousand views or something like that in the last 48 hours, which is wild. It was a bad time to look. The other day it was really good. Today it's 702, but those were the numbers I was looking at when things started to like slow down. Was like, those were sitting between 400 to 600 when it was normally in the thousands. And like it just kind of slowed down, but then I started posting those videos again, and all of a sudden the numbers on that video specifically were like way up. like way up to back to the normal thing. And all of a sudden I'm waking up and it's like, here's +1 subscriber. Okay. And the next day is like +3 and it's like +4. And then there was one day where it was like +8. And then all of a sudden it went from, 477 subscribers up to 500 in like the span of like 2 days or 2.5 to 3 days or something like that. And it was just like, what the fuck? Like, that's so weird. Like, it seemed like it was going to be so stagnant in what what it was doing. And it's like, oh man. Oh, that's not what I want. Anyway, that was a very long-winded story. Basically, it was a very slow build up to 100. The Eon Flux video has helped tremendously. And over the last 6 months, 5.5 months, it's been a pretty steady clip of eclipsing milestones of hundreds of subscribers, 1 to 400. But with a move, that threw everything off, and everything was much slower. And then all of a sudden, things picked back up, and I have no idea why. And now it's at 501 subscribers, which is awesome. So if you're one of those, so 500 subscribers, again, thanks so much for subscribing. And thanks for listening to that story. All right, I gotta focus here. We're up 5-3. I have not been paying attention to this game for the last like 3 innings. I started telling that story, not realizing it was going to take that long. Hopefully, it was interesting. I think it's interesting. I think it's a thing that like people aren't ready to talk about in depth. I think people will talk about it in very vague terms of like, yeah, it'll always be a slow build and you just gotta keep at it and just keep going and you'll get there eventually. But it's not like, people don't seem like they're interested in talking about like how slow it can be and how demoralizing it can be to feel like you are putting to feel like you're putting in your absolute, best effort. You're putting fucking gold up. Some of those Mystery Bag Mondays are top tier streams and videos that I've like ever made. And just watching it just like not do anything, and you just go like, fuck. Like, you watch people watch videos and you're like, this is what you care about? Like, I'm not saying that my content is Oscar worthy, but at the same time, it's a lot better than most of what's on YouTube. Because it's enjoyable and interesting and not loud. Because like, I babysit kids, babysit friends' kids. They have, they have tablets and phones and they can't live without them. And it's like kind of frustrating, but like whatever, they're not your kids. So you kind of just like deal with it. But it'll just kind of be on in the background. And like the content just makes me want to pull my hair out. Where I'm just like, why? Like, what the fuck? All of this sucks. And I know that that's like very much a like, oh, look at crotchety old man, back in my day, it was way better. But it's just like, oh God, like some of that shit is just obnoxious. Oh, it's a foul ball. It was almost a nice grab there. And I know that my content can be loud and obnoxious and drunkenly. God, I am really struggling with that curveball. We're at 76 pitches, by the way. There's nobody out. And so I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, should I actually go back and watch some of the old stuff that I used to watch? And see, like, just how much noise is in these, like, cartoons. They're also so fucking manipulative. Like, that sounds dramatic, but it's just like, any way that they can get like a kid to like click a thumbs up or to hit the subscribe button is just like, is bullshit. Just like that strike. What perfect timing for a garbage fucking call. Then right there. Thanks, man. I appreciate that very, very bad call that allowed me to make a point about
to make the play for the first out.
How garbage YouTubers fucking make kids hit subscribe. Like, it's bad. It genuinely is bad. And I know that I can be dramatic and I can be ridiculous and over the top and blah, blah, blah. I get it. I understand. Boom. There we go. So I think Gonzalez is going to be gone through 6. I got to put some arms in the bullpen here. So hope they can get warmed up. 7, 8, 9. We'll have a save opportunity at the moment. We'll see what we can do with Brett Martin is coming on in here. Looks like it's a bullpen game here for the Texas Rangers. They were actually looking pretty good. 67 innings, 2.69 ERA, 4-1 record, 1 save in 1 opportunity, 44-19 strikeouts to walks. They were looking good early with that 3-0 lead, and then Dylan Moore coming on through and breaking that down.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1.
Hey, this middle round selection is still developing, but he's doing it at the big league level.
Also, the camera work makes me want to scream. It's just constant motion in those videos.
High in the air out to center field.
I don't think that's it's gonna get there.
1 down.
But a lot of the streaming services have like old stuff. Disney Plus has like a bunch of their old stuff. They have like Pepper Ann, some Doug. Paramount has like Rugrats and stuff. I'm just like, how noisy is this stuff? That was a sinker right over the heart of the plate. Slider, 4-seam, sinker, curveball. Oh, drats. That was a nice fucking slider, you stupid bitch. I will say, I did watch the worst cartoon the other day. Well, I didn't watch it. It was on in the background. Because I was trying to do stuff over... I was trying to get like video uploads fixed or something. I forget what I was trying to do, but the show was on and I was over here. And the show was on Disney Plus and it's Fancy Nancy. And I don't think I've ever disliked a kid's show more quickly than I have with Fancy Nancy. That show fucking sucks. It sucks and it shouldn't exist. It's just a bunch of like rich posh assholes being rich posh assholes where they're like bragging about their tree houses. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. All of you are terrible. Who made this show? Please don't work in Hollywood again. Stop it. That being said, if you're an animator and you're like, I really need this job to get some income in, I can respect it. But if you had a creative hand in that, if you write for that show, if you created that show, why? Why?
First pitch on its way.
What is wrong with you?
With that base running threat on first base, man, does that change the pitcher's
They try to cram lessons in there.
The plate should assume nothing but heaters coming right at him.
Tried to crush that ball.
I mean, try, but
needs to shorten up with 2 strikes.
I don't know. It's just, it's fucking garbage.
First time he breaks out a curveball
Damn
right
it.
there, and it's a pretty good one.
Oh, I did not put a fucking picture up. We will go with Tapia.
The next 0-2. Another one sent foul. Fraley is off at first with 2.
Speaking of shows designed for kids, I guess just cartoons. I don't know exactly who it's designed for. I feel like it's more of the Pixar vein of like families of like, hey, we're going to make stuff that parents don't mind being on in the background.
Fouled away.
But kids also really enjoy. I really need to watch some Monsters at Work. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I love Monsters Incorporated, and I really enjoy Monsters University. I think it's a far inferior film. Monsters University and Muppets Most Wanted are 2 movies that, like, I think I might have gotten a 2-run shot here. Fuck. Just kidding. That was exactly what I was looking for. I was looking for a pitch that kind of missed. I'm surprised that bat went as long as it did. I think Gonzalez is pretty gassed here. Toppy is ready. Okay. We will warm up Aaron Fletcher. We will put him in the game. Domingo Tapia making his 55th appearance. 4-1 record, 25 holds, 72.2 innings, 1.49 ERA, 74-3 strikeout to walk ratio. Lefties batting 161, righties 204. Yeah, Muppets Most Wanted and Monsters University are two movies that I think are far inferior to their the first film in those franchises. I want to say 2011 Muppet movie, whatever, the one with Jason Segel and Amy Adams. That movie is a 10. That movie's fucking masterful. I love it. And I don't think Muppets Most Wanted is as good. I think it is like a 7, right? But my love for it makes it like a 9. I love that movie so much. It is like kind of dumb. Like, how do the Muppets not know that it's not real Kermit? You like kind of have to suspend a lot of disbelief. Like, some of the jokes are like kind of dumb, but it's just such an enjoyable movie. And that's how I feel about Monsters University, where it's like, it doesn't have any of the emotional punches that Monsters Inc. has. The characterization's like a little hollow. I do love Sully though. I think his growth and change over the course of the film is fantastic. There's no real reason for Randall to like be mean. They don't give him like much of a backstory, which is unfortunate. It's a little hollow. Maybe putting it squarely on characterization is like a little weird to say, especially going like, characterization's weak, but I love just Sully's evolution. That's like a little odd. But I do think they missed some opportunities to set things up and to make Randall maybe even more nefarious than he already is. It has that like dry like Monsters Inc. wit that I just really love. There's a specific style. I don't know if it's exactly the way it's written or maybe it's just the way it's performed. There's like a very specific way that Monsters Inc. like works. Like when he the two scenes that I would pick in Monsters Inc. would be when Randall has Mike in the like the locker room and he's like, what happens in 5 minutes? The floor will be like, what happens in 5 minutes? I get a timeout? No, everyone goes to lunch, which means the floor will be painted. Like, that scene is so funny to me. And then when Mike is in the like chair, the scream extractor chair, and is like, you're nuts if you're thinking that getting me is going to cheat your way to the record or whatever. And Randall's like, you think this is about that stupid record? Well, I did. Right up until you chuckled like that. And now I think I'm just going to leave. Those two lines, your stunned silence is very reassuring from Roz, is fantastic. This guy has such terrible, annoying speed. That translates very well to me. And I just love it. Monsters Inc. is my favorite Pixar movie, still. Monsters Inc. Up, Toy Story 3. Maybe Toy Story 1. Coco. That wasn't great. He caught me at my worst moment. I was talking about Monsters Incorporated. There you go. All right, let's end the 7th here. I don't know. Monsters Inc. just works really well, and I think University has that like same style to it. And I really just like, or I really like how Monsters Inc. commits to just kind of being a buddy comedy and is like kind of just here for a good time more than like emotional gut punches of previous Pixar movies. I really commend it for that. So it's hard to be like, I don't know. Monsters University is a wonderful and weird movie. It also has what I would argue is maybe the best lesson in any Pixar movie, or the best like examination of like, hey, you can mess up, you can make mistakes, and you can screw up, and if you work really hard to fix it, you can still achieve your goals, your dreams, your aspirations. And I really like that about University. I don't know. Anyway, that's been my breakdown of the Monsters franchise. I just love Monsters University and Muppets Most Wanted so much, even though their previous movies are like 10 masterpieces. Those are like 7. They're like good. But my love for them makes them amazing. Just, they work for me. They hit notes and they hit spots. The funny bones that make me chuckle. Alright, 5-3 game. The last game that I played was Sunday, and the Packers game was on. So I wasn't very focused then, and I'm not focused now. And we have one more full game to play. I guess if I'm not... Jesus Christ. I guess if I'm not focused right now, then it makes the second game less daunting.
Visualizing hitting a home run.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Left side, reined in. One there to first, and Guzman to complete the double play.
Okay. Ugh. We can always bring Giles in if things get rocky for a longer save. Oh my god. Oh my god. All of that was terrible. I had like 2 good innings and that was it. Somehow I have 10 hits. I've held them to 9 hits. I mean, aside from that first inning, it's been pretty good defensively. Gonzalez is in line for the win, which is nice. He threw like 80 pitches.
On to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Aaron Fletcher has a 1-2 record, 1 save and 1 opportunity, 30 games, 36.2 innings, 3.44 ERA, 20-3 strikeouts to walks. All of his stuff is off speed, which is kind of why I like bringing him in after someone like Tapia or a Munoz, just 2 guys that throw really hard and then just could take a couple miles an hour off of it. Change that speed overall. I don't know if that works or makes sense. Also, I've noticed that the, speaking of view counts, the view counts for the baseball games have been looking pretty nice lately. So if you've been watching the games, thank you so much. Hopefully you're enjoying them. I'm having a good time. I think uploading them has helped my commitment to this. I think doing it every day like is daunting on the face of it, but also is like, I don't know how many pitches I've thrown or whatever. I think it's daunting when you look at it and you go like, I'm going to play 162 days of this. But it also is working a lot better instead of like cramming 4 games into one afternoon.
And now the first pitch.
I have those somewhere. I have all those games somewhere.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the
that is Fraley's speed coming in handy again. Hell yes. That took away a hit.
Digging in next, Joey Gallo is working on a 1-for-3 thus far.
He's working on a 1-for-7 series.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch.
This guy loves
When he hits big.
those pitches down.
He either goes down and doesn't get anything done, or he hits a 3-run home run.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he gets
Swing and a miss.
that one. He's in control. 0-2.
There's the heavy sinker right there. What makes that pitch so difficult to hit is not only
Just missed.
it actually changes plane.
Yeah, let's go slider.
Position, and it's 6 to 8 inches dropping off the table. And
There
chasing
we
your
go.
hands.
That'll
Got him
work.
on a good slider there. Swung on and missed as he's down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Man, they really had his numbers so far in this series. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone.
Gallo has 5 strikeouts and a 3-run home run. That is wild. I knew not to miss. Like, I knew that I couldn't miss against him. And,
In now, Willie Calhoun. As he'll take
the
a
prize
look at
Dodger
the
prospect?
that finds the zone for
is
strike
that
one.
the same Willie Calhoun?
Hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Now the pitch.
Fouled away.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A bouncer to the left side. There is Seager. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first.
Seager had an incredible moment in the top of the 9th. Likely his last game in a Mariners uniform. He's been there for 10 years. Being just a stud at third base. They took him out in the top of the 9th. The game was a little out of hand. Pretty much from the jump. 7-3. Angels were leading. It didn't, I mean, thankfully and not thankfully. Like, you want to see the Mariners win in a situation, oh God, Lord. You want to see the Mariners win in a situation where they have to win, right? You want to see them succeed and get to the postseason and like be like, hell yeah, that was awesome. And it ultimately didn't matter. Yankees and the Red Sox both took care of their business. The Blue Jays were also left out because they, even though they clobbered the Orioles like 12-5, they couldn't get the help that they needed to force a game 163.
There's Connor Falefa. Throw on to first takes care of him.
Oof,
and the
boy.
top of the 9th is proving unfruitful thus far. 2 quick outs
But
here.
yeah, I think they had his kid throw out the first pitch as well, which is great. Give him that moment. I think it's pretty well known. It's like, well,
Here comes
that's,
the first pitch. A shot down the
oh, I couldn't get it past him.
and he'll stop the bag himself.
You know, thanks for playing for 10 years, but we're gonna move in a different direction, which sucks for him because he played on some real clunk shit teams that didn't do anything, and now he's leaving and they're set up for like probably pretty good long-term success, hopefully. So that kind of sucks, but it was still a really great moment. 33 and 35 saves and opportunities. Only missing 2 of those. I believe maybe got the win in one of them. 51 games pitched, or appearances. 51.2 innings. Some other stats. But congratulations to Kyle Seager. Thanks, man. I'm going to miss having you on my team. Just like I miss Vogelbach. But thankfully, Kyle Lewis will be back. Hopefully, Shed Long Jr. will still be there. Fuck off. What is this shithole strike zone you got going on here? Okay. Shithole strike zone, worst pitching. Okay, nice and slow. Oh my god. This fucking slider. That's not where I want it. But we're going to have to move on. Alright. Got to get 3 outs. We can get save number 34, I believe. That is a fucking strike.
set
Whatever.
for the bottom of the ninth.
Chris Davis
That'll bring
coming
up
to
big-time
the plate here.
power bat of right-handed hitter Chris Davis.
Hey, not an easy thing to do, even at home when you're down by 2, trying to score a couple of runs off of one of the game's top closers.
The 1-0. Misses.
God
ball 2.
damn it.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
Wow.
And he lays off a pitch just below the knees. It's 3-0. That's in there. 3-1.
Four-seam heater right down the middle. I would have thought he popped a clutch on that pitch.
And this will be nowhere close as his control deserts him here. It's a 5-pitch walk.
Whoa, you know a pitcher is really fighting himself when he misses a zone by that much. I'm surprised the catcher could even bring that in.
Next to stand in is Ronald Guzman, who could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First pitch coming. Here it is.
I wonder if
Wow.
not going his way right there.
Wow, what the fuck, dude?
Last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
Davis gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Now, this guy's got some of the nastiest stuff in the game, and it is absolutely no fun for an offense to try and piece together any type of attack.
Now, see if we can get a strikeout here. Strikeout, maybe a double play in the next at bat.
And a foul pop behind
Okay.
the plate.
This will work. This will work.
And he'll indeed make the play in foul territory for the first out. Next up is Sherton Apostle. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Now here's the first offering. And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike. 0-1.
We're going to see him throw that hard fastball early and often.
And he lays off for ball 1. The 1-1 home is swung on and missed for strike number 2.
I always remember John Smoltz telling me the greatest asset a closer can have is short-term memory. And this situation called for it right here. He's got to forget that he has any...
Yeah, he was safe. That was a really, really slow double play. I don't know if I would have been able to... Maybe running that to first
Up next,
and then going back to second.
comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Unable to find the zone with the slider. And it's fouled away. 1-1, here it comes. Texas down to their final strike in this one. And he
There we go.
strikes him out.
Struck him out. All right.
They were able to get
That'll
a
work.
possible tying run
That'll
by
work.
but could not cash in.
5-3 Mariners.
Got a little bit of everything in this one. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching, and defense in certain spots.
I would be talking more about this game, but I don't remember it. I'd like to recap my stories that I told you.
5-3 the final.
3 for Texas in the first, 3 for the Mariners immediately in the second. Got 1 run on a double play in the 4th, and then tagged 1 on later in the game to get a 2-run win. And that'll mean that we will be opening an Allen and Ginter World Champions pack. Did not look good early, and I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to go very well. But thanks to Dylan Moore, we were able to tie it immediately, and then Haniger put 1 more on the board. The pitching was not great throughout this series, or throughout this game, excuse me. I really struggled with command throughout the whole thing. Just never got into a very good rhythm. Dylan Moore is your player of the game, 1 for 4 with a home run, 3 ribbies. Mitch Haniger, 2 for 4 with a solo shot, 2 runs scored himself. Donnie Walton, 1 for 4 with a double and a run. Kyle Seager, 2 for 4. Marco Gonzalez does get the win, 6 innings pitched. 8 hits, 5 strikeouts, 3 earned runs. Taylor Hearn Taylor. What the fuck? I can't pronounce his name. It's like a very simple name. I just can't get it. 5 innings pitched, gave up 6 hits, 1 strikeout, 4 earned. Ken Giles picking up save number 34. Gallo, 1 for 4 with a home run. That was a 3-run shot. So the Mariners bumped themselves up a little bit, picking up another win. I got to turn this webcam light on so I'm not quite as red. I mean, it's Halloween themed, this red light on my face, but there you go. We have game number 1 of a doubleheader done. We'll get back to the loading screen. I'm going to advance the day, hop up, and use the restroom. That won't matter to you, so I don't really know why I told you, because it's just going to pause the video and come right back to it. Yeah, Mariners giving Gonzalez his 13th win of the season, which is fantastic. And yeah, that's where we sit. I don't know if Dane Dunning is going to be the pitcher for the Texas Rangers in this next game, but James Paxton for sure is going for the Mariners. He is looking for win number 13 here in just a moment. There you go. 31 games over 500 and a series win under our belt. Let's see if we can pull out a sweep against the Texas Rangers, which has been a little bit more difficult to come by, as evidenced by the most recent time we saw them, 5-1, 6-1, 5-3 loss. I forgot there was another series in there. That's my bad. We'll just ignore it. We'll move on. We'll be right back with more Mariners action right after this very, very brief intermission screen. All right, we are back. Game number 2, about to have the first pitch, tip-off, kickoff, whatever. Don't really need to set the stage for this one, so we'll just go ahead and jump on in. Again, not sure who the Texas Rangers starting pitcher will be, but James Paxton will be going for the Seattle Mariners, so we'll just go ahead and jump on in here. 76-45. We don't really need an update on the standings. We got that all taken care of. We're good. We also might get an update throughout the game anyway, so I guess we could take a quick look. Hold on, we could take a quick look. Looks like we got half a game somehow. Angels 4-6. I think the Astros fell. I don't know why I'm looking at that. I don't even remember what the standings were. Clear skies, open, James Paxton. Dane Dunning is indeed the starting pitcher for the Texas Rangers. Okay, so we're going to give Kyle Seager the day off here in the final game of this series against Texas. That way he'll hopefully be good for the next 5 against Houston and Oakland. So that should work. I did forget to unmute the audio. I muted the audio because the the radio broadcast. I don't know what they would call it, but that happens. James Paxton looking for win number 13 on the season. 12-8, 3.09 ERA. Dane Dunning 8-7, 3.67 ERA coming your way. The Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers jumping into a game here. Game number 3 of a 3-game set in Texas. Don't forget, if you like this kind of content, scroll down, subscribe, ring that bell, make sure that you're notified when I post new videos. Every day, 1 p.m. Pacific time is baseball. And yeah, welcome back to Texas. Oh, I won't have 162 individual record ones. Just do a big long GIF with all of them. That'd be fucking wild.
Yeah, and to sweep this team right here would be a huge momentum boost. It is
5-1, 5-3. Today will be a 5-5 tie. Mariners lead 2-0. See if we can put the Texas Rangers away with a sweep today.
3 out of 4. But when you have a chance to sweep a team, you have take advantage of it.
Dane Dunning, 25 starts, 8-7 record, 3.67 ERA, 142.1 innings pitched with 101 strikeouts, 57 walks, and
1.3 area and above range. It's a little higher than league average. He's been a little bit inconsistent. One good game, one bad game, but don't let that whip fool you. This guy's a much better pitcher than that. And if he brings his A game, he could be awfully tough in this one.
And now here is Dylan Moore.
all right, Dylan Moore leading off. That is a four-seam fastball. I'm assuming that this is a big old...
They've been on the skids recently, losers in 7 of their last 9 ball games.
Yeah, Matty V. Hey, D-Row, this has not been the kind of homestand that they would like to have so far. Through the first 5 games, they're 2-3. D-Row getting to 500 on this homestand.
Okay, I'll be honest, I'm trying to make a tweet here, and it is not working.
Right now, they can walk out of here today with a smile on their face if they can get this back to 500 in these first 6 games.
And this is
Wow, okay, that is an embarrassing strikeout. Absolutely heinous, awful, terrible strikeout. Took 2 of them because I was trying to make a tweet, and then went ahead and just swung terribly on that final pitch. Whoops.
Chase one out of the zone to go down on only 3 pitches.
Also, there's my face. Hey, how's it going? All right. That was terrible. I was so far out of the zone. Jesus God. Ugh. We had a bit of a slow start in the last game. Did put that 3-run blast on the board in the second. The first inning was nothing to write home about. Look at that. Is just so bad. Sinker, slider, 4-seam, changeup, knuckle, curve. Fouled off the slider. I gotta stay a little farther back. Little delayed. Slow down a bit. This is gonna be a guy that I'm probably like. Ideally, you'd look at it and you'd go, "Hey, run that pitch count up. Be patient." For me, it's gonna be way more about getting a lot of hits. Oh, that carried pretty far. Dang it. Jake Fraley with a really nice hit out there. Got him to run to the warning track at least.
Now at the plate here is Kyle Lewis. First chance.
However, if he misses,
Nobody on.
might have some good opportunities for
And he fouls this one
for some
off.
home runs. I don't know if that was necessarily a miss, but I would argue that the one against Fraley was more of a miss. If I could have timed that up a little better, might have been able to get it out of the ballpark. Fraley does not have the most power. That was a miss. That was a hanger. That one probably should have been gone. Got me to swing on a slider way outside of the zone. A little bit of an auto swing mode there.
1, 2, 3, go the Mariners.
And that's not what I am looking for here in the top of the first inning.
Major League Baseball on the show. James Paxton, the left-handed
James Paxton, 24 starts with a 12-8 record. 3.09 ERA, 145.2 innings pitched, 139 strikeouts, was a 5 walks. The most interesting thing about James Paxton is he was 2-6 and is now 12-8, which means he is 10-2 in his last 12 decisions. That is fantastic. That is Casey Sadler record stuff right there.
Fellas, the Mariners entering play here this afternoon. They've got to be considered the hottest team in baseball right now as they come in winners of 9 of their last.
Yeah, we're the hottest team in baseball because it's real hot in
We're seeing
Texas.
there as a team, D-Row, they're starting to put the gas pedal down right now. They're starting to get some length in this division.
Yeah, this team's playing well. They're playing with confidence. You can tell guys are walking to the plate with a swagger. Their pitchers are taking them out.
There we go.
Executing pitches down and away. This is a good
2 pitch out. We'll see if we can get a little better command going here today. Struggled with Gonzalez throughout his start in the first game you saw here. I don't think I pitched particularly well with Ken Giles
Just 1 for 6.
at the end there, but that's okay. Got the win. Come from behind win too. This game seems so much brighter. I don't know if it's that it's like during the day and the field, it like just the screen itself is brighter, or if it's I'm not doing great with the addition of the light. Like I got used to it not used to doing the recording without the light, and I turned it on. I'm like, oh god, this hurts. I also might just be fucking tired. Plausible.
To the left side,
Foul.
but it's well foul. And a
There's a big swing and a strikeout right there. That'll work. First strikeout for James Paxton of the day. Still kind of creeping towards that 1,000 strikeouts. I don't know exactly where we are. I don't think we had a ton in the last game. I think we have to average 3.5 strikeouts per game for the rest of the season to get to 1,000 strikeouts. I guess I could probably look at the stats and figure that out, but actually, that's what I was trying to find. I was kind of flipping through all those pages during the loading screen, and I was trying to find where we were in the strikeout situation. But that did not come out clean, but whatever.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out.
There's a big swing. That seemed real late there. Wasn't quite where I wanted it. I don't know why he's talking to the umpire. Missed a couple of pitches right there. 2 strikeouts for, what's his face? James Paxton. They brought Paxton back this year. He pitched super well in 2019. They sent him to the Yankees in 2020. He was either injured or did not pitch well. One of the two, maybe both. When in his lone year with the Yankees, and then the Mariners brought him back and he got injured again. So we'll see. Maybe we'll see if he comes back next season or what's going on with that. Shedlong Jr. He's up to the plate. Looks like they have an actual starter. Pitch number 10 from Dane Dunning is a ball. That was a bad swing.
Well, today's game provides the visiting squad with a chance to complete the series sweep, guys.
And you can see why this team is in first place in the division. A solid ball club with good hitting and good pitching.
Oh.
And it's always key when you're playing interdivision squads.
And this is taken in just shy of the warning.
At least we're making the right fielder work. There are right fielders out there like, God dang it, you could throw it, just hit it to a different part of the field. Stop it.
Mitch Haniger the next to bat. It's been a great series for him at the plate. 5 for 8 so far. First pitch of the AB on its way. And it certainly helps. When
Wasn't looking fastball there.
In the series finale, can't ask for much more than that.
One of the keys when you show up to the ballpark and you're going for a
That's
sweep,
not good.
you look at that lineup card, you see your ace pitcher is on the mound. You have to feel awfully good about your chances to complete the sweep.
So here now is Ty France. And for him, you have to think a turnaround is coming. Clearly not going his way of late.
3 for 28. I think he's hitless in this series. He's 0 for 8, I want to say.
First pitch on its way. And a ball 1-0. A high strike there, and it's 1-1. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Swing and a liner.
Ooh, that is a hit. That's got to be a hit. There's no way that's an error. They can't possibly charge that. That is an incredibly athletic play that just happened to go off the tip of his glove. We'll take a quick look at it. It is for a single, but Apostle over here making a fantastic play at third. Just, I mean, timed it well and everything. Is just like a smidge too tall. And that'll get France on base with.
And that'll bring in J.P. Crawford.
Oh.
As he sends a soft bouncer to the right side of the infield. Throw on to Guzman at first.
Well, that was a wasted. Got a hit, but threw it away immediately.
Errors and a man left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2, and we are tied 0-0.
We'll have to see if what's his face is in the lineup today.
So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter.
It is Joey Gallo.
He'll be hoping to move up that American League leaderboard in this one as he enters play 9th in the league in home runs.
You know, D, we're into the summer right now. This guy's power's been off the charts. Looks like he's going to be able to do this all season long.
I think he is, Dan, and the ball's
Wow.
gonna start flying now.
The
Weather's
gap
starting
between
to warm
first
up.
and second in these strikeouts
We're getting into the middle
is
late
like
part of summer.
25.
You're gonna see some epic home runs down the stretch.
No balls in one
Wow. Whoever, I think it's Chris Sale, is in first with like 197. The next closest is 170 something. Like I think 175 or something like that. Maybe 177.
Time to check our umpires in this one. Behind the
It's
plate
just
is Freddie Ferguson.
incredible.
You know, this is one of the
Saves,
guys behind the
that
dish,
Minnesota
Freddie Ferguson,
pitcher,
that the rookies are
still
gonna have
far
a
out
tough
in
time.
first.
If you played
Best
the league
option,
for a
best we're going to be able to do
little
is
bit, you
probably
understand
second.
he's got his own zone.
Minnesota's gotten off to such a hot start, or got off to such a hot start. They've been able to probably just coast for a lot of this season. I don't know if they're still on that 116 win potential, but I don't know. So we took care of Gallo
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
with a strikeout, third strikeout of the day so far for Paxton.
Called strike one.
Here in the bottom of the
Bottom of the
second
here with no
inning.
score.
I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry, Tom Murphy. I hit the wrong button.
Favorable
Still
call.
worked. I don't know how either of those are strikes, but okay.
So far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well, and I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball, he's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone, and if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
Stays
Fouled
alive,
away.
Still 0-2. Nothing in 2 count and the pitch. Fastball.
Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that was a strikeout. That is
Really on a
wow.
back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the last.
Wow.
He started this frame with the same story, 4 straight strikeouts in all.
Now here's the pitch. Charlie Culberson.
I mean, you figure
2 away now as he looks at a
3 of them
strike one.
were probably in that same sort of like just clipping the bottom. You figure one of those goes in his favor.
To take a swing at it.
In the batter's favor, I
In
should
the air
say.
to center field. Lewis
There we go.
gets under
Kyle Lewis
and makes the catch
getting
to
out
end
number
the inning.
3. That'll take care of the Rangers in the second inning. Through 2, no score, 1 hit total. Evan White, Tom Murphy, Dylan Moore coming on up here. Power, a little extra power.
Evan White took an 0 for 4 in the victory last night. Now the pitch. Line drive to center
That'll
field.
work.
That gets down, and he's got himself a base hit. So the base hit puts the first man aboard to start the inning for the Mariners. And that'll bring in Tom Murphy. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout. This guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
We're good.
Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
I got to be way more willing to take strikes like that.
A ball and 2
Oh
strikes
boy.
to the Mariners.
He got me with a slider.
Swung on,
Oh,
lifted
that's
in the
not
air
what
to
I
left
was-
Center. DeShields is there. 1 down. So back to the top of the Seattle lineup, digging in, Dylan Moore, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
DeShields calls off the left fielder as he takes charge for the second out.
That one's on me. I thought that was going to be a gapper, and I sent him to third with the anticipation that that would be a hit.
And we are tied 0-0. Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
Appreciate what? What? Let's take a look at this play here. That's not what I was looking for. So here's what happened. It's pretty explanatory, but pretty easy to understand. This is well contacted. This is a well contacted ball from that guy, Dylan Moore. Had a home run in yesterday's game. As this is going, I'm like, okay, this is looking pretty good. I think that this is going to find a gap and be able to go for an extra base. Like, it's going to find a gap. It'll skip past this guy, maybe out to the wall, but at least give myself enough room to do something here. So in that thought process, I make sure to send this base runner to third, because I want him to, Evan White, I send him to third because I want him to be in a good position to score, because I'm assuming it'll be second and third, first and third, something like that, with only one away. Instead, it is caught and it is rifled back to first. I have no hope in hell of getting back. He's halfway to third. And then, oh shoot, I got to turn around. He's a foot away from third base, and that is a double play. Damn. All right, bottom three here.
First pitch to him.
That's a four-seam fastball that probably should have been crushed, but instead it is just strike one.
He's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
Hey, I get it. You want to be aggressive, but man, these guys are swinging at everything.
Fouled away.
That one away, and he stays alive.
Hey, last two pitches back to back, off speed, then he's laid on the fastball. He can pretty much do anything he wants right here on the mound.
That was an ugly knuckle curve. Way too slow.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
Had to wait back on the changeup, and he did a good job just to make contact.
You know, taking you inside the mind of a batter right here, you can't get an auto swing.
There we go. Got him looking. Froze him with that fastball. That'll work.
Strike three called on the fastball. One gone.
Anytime you get rookies just breaking into the big leagues, you have to expect a certain amount of this. There aren't any easy at-bats at this level, and you really have to learn how to slow the game down in your head, because everything feels like it's so much faster up here.
At the plate now, Sherton Apostle, as he looks at a fastball that's
There
in
we
there
go.
for strike one. The numbers offensively, pretty dismal to this point, down in the 170s to start play. 1 home run and 8 runs batted in. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Fastball just misses. That's ball one.
Couldn't get him to swing on that one.
Rangers still searching for hit number 1 in the ballgame.
Big swing on the changeup.
Through it 1-2 now. Into the windup and the pitch.
Fouled away. An email about an important change. Important update about buying from the PlayStation Store for PlayStation 3 and Vita. What the fuck? Okay. Weird.
He'll try again, 1-2. And he struck
There we
him
go.
out as well.
Froze him.
So the bottom of the order providing little
So they're...
resistance here, and there are 2 away.
Just
You
flat
have to
out
add
froze
sufficient
there.
funds to your
I think he
wallet.
was
Add
set to provide
funds.
that four-seam fastball, so I think he wasn't expecting it at all.
No longer use credit or debit card or a payment method to buy digital content or add funds to your wallet using the PlayStation Store. What the fuck? So you have to just like load up on money? I guess if you want to buy stuff off your PS3 and Vita, do it before like October 27th or something. I say that and I actually have like a couple things I'm like, ooh, I do actually need to, not need to, but would like to. October 27th. You can only buy digital PS3 and PS Vita content by adding funds to your wallet as described above. Then accessing... Oh, so it looks like you have to do it like online or something? That's weird. I'm very confused. So it seems like... That is a... Fuck. He took like 7 extra steps. God damn. So it seems like you have to add funds somewhere else and then access the store through your PS3 or Vita, but you can't use like debit or credit cards or something. It's weird. Very weird. And while that happened, while I was trying to figure that out, the Texas Rangers get their first base hit. 2 away here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Takes this the other way to right. In there, a base hit.
Okay, slow down, settle down. I know you're all amped up about that PlayStation 3 news. Thankfully they kept content on the store to make it nice and easy, like to get digital copies of stuff. Because the PlayStation Store has like full PS3 games, right? For reasonable, like very reasonable prices. You can get a lot of stuff for like $10, like the older stuff. So for me, who would like to play like the entire Ratchet & Clank series, they have a bunch of those games on there for $10. Or, in the case of like All for One, that was a PlayStation Plus game. So, being able to go in and download a lot of those Sony first-party games. They have a bunch of like PS2 and PS1 classics and stuff like that that are a lot cheaper to get digitally than they are to get physically, especially some of the PS1 stuff. Like you can get a bunch of like the like Suikodens and like, is it Dragon Quest, I think? No. I think it's Suikoden that are like, they're like $10 on the PS3, whereas they're like $150 for the PS1 copies. It's like, oh, I'll just play that on a PS3. Never, you know. But thankfully they listened. That'll work. They Sony listened and said, "Hey, we're gonna leave that stuff up on the store. There's people should just be, able. I mean, Sony's making money hand over fucking fist, I'm sure. I don't think the server costs are like, I don't know. It brings up an interesting conversation of like, how long should it last? Because some of that stuff has been 15 years. Like, has been around for 15 years. But then, like, the resale market gets all weird and wonky, and like, look at something like, fuck me. Something like Folklore. Folklore is a weird early PlayStation 3 game. Never got a digital release, and it's at least $60 used. And if there was a better alternative to that, you could drive the price down. The resale market's going crazy, especially for PS3 stuff, because of that announcement. Sony also just has a lot of like very beloved games.
swing and a liner. And that'll get down for a base hit. Now a long throw to third. And he is in there ahead of the throw. So first and third now to kick off the inning.
I don't know if I would have gotten to second.
Right here, this starting pitcher has been on point all day. Runs have been at a premium.
We're good. Shedlong Jr. coming on up here. Double play, unfortunately, still a possibility. I'd hate to do what I did in the last game and give up 2 outs for 1 run, but would feel good to get on the board. That's outside. I should actually go on the PlayStation 3 store and like kind of jot down what I want to pick up. It's just like the Ratchet stuff, and maybe some of the PS1 like classics to take a look at. Maybe would be interesting. Got cut off. That'll work. I don't think that audio was correct. I'll take it. I'll take a sacrifice fly right there. Mitch Haniger 5 for 9, 2 homers in the series, 3 ribbies. Look at that first pitch 4-seam fastball, right down the fucking pipe.
He offers at it and hits it in the air to left. Dahl will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 2.
We don't even have him at 10 pitches per inning.
First with 2 away, and that'll bring in Ty France.
The good news, though, I have all the PlayStation 2 copies of Ratchet & Clank games. Oh my gosh. I'm a little surprised that was like decently timed. I thought that was going to be really late. All right. Scored 1 run. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Oh, also, did my...
David Dahl to the plate now. Struck out in his first at-bat.
This is a weird time to have that thought. You can download the Battlefield, whatever the hell it's called. 2042? I don't know. Whatever the new Battlefield is, the beta is out right now, early access. If you have Game Pass, you have EA Access, or EA Play, excuse me, you can download it and play it early, or if you pre-ordered it. And they had it on the dashboard of the Xbox that you could preload it. It's only 9 gigabytes.
Here's the former prize Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun. Ball 1 to start the at-bat.
Mariners season drinking game. Every time you hear Willie Calhoun referred to as former prized Dodger prospect.
Drive to right. There it goes. And this one is gone. A home run.
What the fuck? What the fuck is happening right now? There's nobody out. And all of a sudden we're down 3-1?
Well, with no outs, you can afford to give up a single, but you can't afford to give up a 3-run homer. He just caught too much of the plate. Now he's back to the drawing board. No outs, and the inning is already an ugly one.
All right.
Now batting, shortstop.
At the plate, Charlie Culberson. A ball and no strikes. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. The 1-0 home.
All right. So we have a little bit of work to do here in the effort to get us.
And that finds its way through for a base hit.
There's a hard hit ground
Mother
ball.
of
Pitcher
God.
can't get a glove on it.
Paxton, what is going on, man?
Your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
In now, Rodney Presley, as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. First time up, he went down looking.
Well, we gave up a 3-run home run in the last game, and that ended up being okay.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Now here's one hit in the air to the right
not
side.
Even gonna worry about
It's
it.
going to land foul. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. This one's flared toward left center. In there, a base hit.
Wow, his
Holy
manager must have a lot of
fucking
faith in
shit.
him. I'm not sure.
What is going on?
5 hits in this inning alone, and it doesn't look like it's
They're
going to
getting
come to an
so
end.
many of these little just outside of his reach, just outside of Moore's reach at second.
Into the box now, Sherton Apostle, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Here comes the 0-1. Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating, feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
He froze him on the breaking ball that time. Sherton Apostle is dealt with for the first out in the bottom of the inning. So next to the plate for Texas, Ronald Guzman. He's got a chance to add on to what's already been a big inning for them.
Yeah, 2 on here and 3 on the board already. They've absolutely come out and forced the issue of this inning. Matt, a hit here could really fire up that dugout.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. As he can't catch up on a fastball at the letters, and it's strike 1.
Hey, if you're able to blow a first pitch fastball by a guy, gotta believe the pitch is coming again right here.
Now the 1-1 pitch. 3 runs already home here. And he
There we go.
Strikeout
Okay.
number 8 now in the ball game.
8
for him.
strikeouts.
Well, his struggle.
That is that's a lot of strikeouts.
Go of it at the plate with him, and watching this at bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you can tell these things and exploit them.
So who do we have coming to the plate here? Try and cut into this deficit a
And
little
here's
bit.
the second generation big leaguer Delino DeShields. No balls and a strike to count. Paxton comes set. Here it is on 0-1. And there's ball 1. On the ground to third. Scooped up. Throw is in time, and they're able to avoid the huge inning here as the side is retired. But the big blow of the inning comes right here, a 3-run home run. We played 4. It's now 3-1 Texas.
I avoided the big swing of the guy before him.
Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Well, thanks, Heidi. I'll
Thanks,
take a
Matt.
minute to
I talked with
regroup.
Mariners manager Scott Service during the break about his team's offensive performance so far. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. And stepping in, J.P. Crawford. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Okay, so 7, 8, and 9 coming on up here.
First pitch of the AB now. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. And that is off the
Oh
wall.
shoot, that was a really good bounce for the outfielder there.
Every hitting coach in the league will tell you it only takes one swing of the bat to get out of a slump, and maybe
We're good.
that's what we're seeing right here. He's been struggling, no doubt about it, but he's able to.
I was hoping maybe that would get out for a solo shot, but that's all right. We're able to get that in for a double.
Stepping in now, Evan White.
That's a good take on that slider.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
So we'll look at Munoz coming in
Crawford stands
later in today's game.
High fly ball out to straightaway center. DeShields is there. He makes the play. Runner tags and hits for third.
Okay, that'll work. A little bit of a gamble there. Thankfully, the throw was off just a bit. I don't really want to burn 2 outs to get another run, but I do like that I at least have the option to try and grab another sac fly here.
Yeah, and I'm sure he'd like a base hit of some sort right here, Matty. But hey, you know what? Another fly out wouldn't be all that bad. If he can get it deep enough, he should be able to drive in a nice run with sac fly.
Okay, well.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go Dylan Moore. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Oh, what a pitch to start the at-bat there. It's 0-1.
That was an ugly swing. If I'm pitching right now, I'm throwing that same pitch again. That was ugly.
Tying run at the plate, the 0-1. 3-1 our score as we play inning number 5. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Working for the punch out and the offering. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. 1 left for Seattle. Score holds, it's 3-1.
Okay, so we'll have Fraley, Lewis, Shedlong Jr. coming up next.
In is Nick Solak, and Dan, I'm sure the starter on the mound would like to hit the rewind button on that last inning.
That's really frustrating. That's really fucking frustrating. God damn it. I had that in a really good position. A runner on third with 1 out, and I could not do anything with it.
First offering. And he popped him up. White in foul ground.
God fucking damn it. Why do you reach out so early?
The windup and the 0-1. Hit in the air down the right field line.
Oh my God.
Down for a base hit. And now it'll kick around in the corner. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. And it's a flying start to the inning for the Rangers. It's a leadoff triple.
Hey, what the fuck do people mean? Shut the fuck up.
Three-bagger of the year.
Yeah, and that tells you what kind of an offensive player he is. Very good at hitting the ball on the line, and obviously he's got some decent wheels on him too.
Son of a fucking bitch.
Into the box, David Dahl. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Fouled
David
off.
Dahl. No, this isn't who it was. Ah, maybe it was. Who gives a shit?
Now the 1-1 pitch is looked at for ball number 2.
Lots of hits given up.
Throw the ball in the fucking strike zone.
At least he's making them work to get on base. Problem is, they haven't had to work too hard.
3 runs, 8 hits, and no errors in the contest for the Rangers so far. And it's fouled away. Here's the pitch on 2-2.
We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. We are 4 full innings, and he has 60 fucking pitches. Come on.
And he punches punches out another one, make it 9 for the ball game.
Who gives a shit? We're losing by 2. 9 fucking strikeouts, and it was Joey Gallo. This is who it.
Joey Gallo, a hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game.
Ugh, this has been a rough one. Well, actually, you know what? No, it hasn't been. It was a good, first, 3 innings, but all of a sudden, everything's become, real leaky and gross.
Here comes the first pitch. The 0-1 on its way. Maybe a little jumpy there as he swings through the fastball.
Might have to change your game plan in the box right here. If he's going to pound away, might have to work the opposite field.
Here's the 0-2. Wastes a pitch on the knuckle curve there, 1-2.
That was exactly where I wanted that.
As a look, now the pitch. A man at third with 1 away. That's popped up. France into foul territory. And this is going to be a foul ball.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far.
Willie Calhoun.
I do have Kikuchi that I can bring in if I need to eat an inning or two.
At the plate now, Willie Calhoun, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Paxton comes set. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a liner. And no
Okay.
trouble for him
So
as
the
he
leadoff triple
gets
amounts to
in the
nothing,
inning.
but a bit of a
Rangers
frustrating inning there.
the lead
Couldn't quite get the out in the
3-1.
in foul territory with the first baseman, Evan White, I believe it is. And then
Now to bat, Jake Fraley.
Ugh.
They'll try and get things
All right.
started as we begin inning number 6.
bloop and a blast.
First pitch on the way. As he swings and lifts it in the air out to left field. Waiting on it is Dahl. Makes the play, 1 away. So next to hit.
It's
is
just one of those games, huh?
singled and 2 trips
One of those
to the plate thus
games.
far.
One of those fucking games. He has 44 pitches.
Now the pitch. And he just keeps
That was it.
rolling
That
along
was
as he
it.
starts
Oh
another
my
batter
God,
out
that
with
was
strike
it.
1.
That was fucking it.
It's hard to remember the last time we saw a guy pitch this efficiently.
Look at that. It is fucking perfectly lined up. I was just way too early.
Has been more than happy to swing at a lot of pitchers' pitches so far.
And a shot back to the mound, but he manages to glove it. Next will be the designated hitter, Shedlong Jr. Drove in a run with a sac fly last time up. Here's the first pitch. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Gallo is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side is retired. Mariners are down on 4 pitches. They still trail it here 3-1.
Yeah, it's just one of those games. I can't adjust. I do terribly when they have primary slow stuff. It's going to come down to one bad inning.
On its way is pitch number 75. Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
Fuck, one bad pitch to former Dodger prospect Willie Calhoun.
Skied into straightaway.
And that's
Waiting on it is Henniger, and that's the first out of the inning.
that honestly just might do me in. That is fucking irritating.
Up next for the
We have the 7th, 8th, and the 9th to maybe pull something out of our butts here, but I think we're going to need a little bit more. We'll still go ahead and warm up Munoz. I have 5 hits. That stranding of Crawford on third is going to look really, really bad.
And this
There
is
you go.
taken in for the
That'll
second
work.
out.
pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well executed pitch there.
I just can't fucking the Texas Rangers, man.
So now to the plate, Sherton Apostle. As he swings
That was a
and misses
terrible
the first
pitch.
fastball, 0-1.
Fuck, I still have the timing with runners and runners on base because that's how I pitched the entire last inning.
The windup and the 0-1. Now here's a swing and a little bouncer out to the left of the mound. Throw to first
Yeah.
with time to spare, and the side is retired.
That's not too
1,
bad.
2, 3 go the Rangers.
Not too shabby at all.
And it's still 3-1.
Haniger, France, Crawford. Just calm down. Just
Seventh inning ready to
pump the
roll,
brakes a
and
little
that'll bring
bit.
up
We're
the
fine.
outfielder, Mitch Haniger. Now here it comes. Sent out to straightaway center field. Chasing after it is DeShields. He's there and records the first out.
Now batting.
Next it'll be Ty France. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back.
Don't worry about his
to the
pitch
dugout.
count.
That
Just
can get in your head for a
if you can
little while.
if we can pile in some hits, maybe then they'll start to pull him. But I think the pitch count game is long lost, considering that he threw 45 of them through the first bunch of innings.
Same pitch that time, the sinker, but it looked like he made a good adjustment with it.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. Released it from out front much better that time. I just think he wasn't real happy with the first one he threw, so he wanted to get the feel back for it.
And this will be taken in without much trouble. It's an easy start to the seventh. 2 gone. Into the box, J.P. Crawford. He doubled his last time through.
Yeah, he jumped all over that first pitch last time up. Interested to see if he has the same approach this AB.
Swing and a ball hard hit toward deep right. Gallo is there, and they go down in a hurry here as his side is quickly retired. Mariners are down in order, and it remains a 3-1 ball game.
Swinging at a lot here. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. Who gives a shit? Shut the fuck up. Oh, I'm swinging a lot of pitches. Not going to do anything to fix it, so who cares?
Andres Munoz gets
Munoz going to come on in here. 60 innings pitched in his 48 games so far. 48 appearances, that is. 3-5 record. 17 holds. Some other stats. Run that slider back. Run that slider back. There we go. Got a nice inning out of Paxton in that last one. That's a fucking strike. But alright.
Here's the first pitch. And this pitch is right down the middle, strike one. Munoz certainly comes at you with the big fastball, but the only knock on it is the apparent lack of control he has over that pitch. Might not always know where it's going, and that can make things a little dicey for pitching coaches.
Matty V, well, we're looking for velo. We're looking for velocity. That's what this guy is. But unfortunately, what comes with him is command and control tends to leave him at times. He can get a lot of swings and misses, a lot of strikeouts, but he can also walk a ton of guys.
The 0-2 once more is swung on and missed. He got him.
Well, you gotta love a live young arm. He's got an electric fastball. And
Now
if he can
batting,
learn to
center
harness that
fielder,
and work in his solid secondary stuff, he's going to have a really nice career on the mound. Not everyone is gifted with a fastball like that.
In now, Delino DeShields. As he'll take
That was
To
awful.
the plate for strike one. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Oh, and it looks like a visit to the video room may be in order after that hack. It's 0-2 now.
Hey, doubled up on breaking balls there outside. Now might be the time to bust that fastball in.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And he'll try
Everything about that was awful.
but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Good pitch right there with the bases empty. Why not take a shot? Throw that breaking ball in the dirt and see if he'll chase after it.
The 1-2. High and deep down the left field line. And that will end up a foul ball. Now another 1-2. Hit hard towards center. And that's in for his second hit of the afternoon.
Dan, he took that.
That was a terrible slider. Terrible slider.
Middle cut though. Are you a little concerned?
Yeah, that's a case.
That's the second one of those I've left over the heart of the plate.
You want to work the corners and stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there with a solid base hit.
Standing in now, Nick Soler.
I'm early on these pitches now. Good.
1-1.
That's a strike! You fucking blue bastard. You worthless fuckface of an idiot.
But now this next pitch probably becomes the biggest of the at-bat.
And now a good slider that doesn't quite catch the zone. It's 2-1 now. DeShields stands at first with one out. Unable to get the bat around in time, and the count evens at 2-2. DeShields breaks from the bag, and he fouls this one off. Here now the 2-2. Oh, it's on the ground to second. Did he get his double play? To second for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired.
Okay.
Nothing doing for the Rangers as the lead remains 3-1.
We're good. We have time to get something done here.
Ready to begin the eighth, and up next is Evan White.
The first baseman, number 12, Evan White.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Line drive to left. And that ball gets down out near the wall and should be extra bases. And the Mariners have something going right away. It's a leadoff double.
That's what you call a clutch piece of hitting. Down 2 runs, he puts himself in scoring position and brings the tying run to the plate. We'll see what they do with the base open here. This one's getting interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. If I could get hits on him, maybe I can bring somebody in that I can get a better hold of.
For the bullpen, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So as he departs, he'll remain responsible for the man left to board, but he cannot lose this one. Jonathan Hernandez is on the pitch here.
Jonathan Hernandez, 3.10 ERA, 52.1 innings pitched in his 40 appearances so far. 46 to 20 strikeouts to walks. Righties batting 290, lefties batting 208. Sinker slider changeup.
Into the box now, Tom Murphy, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one.
How fast? All right, hold on. 70.
Here's the 0-1. Eighth inning of this low-scoring affair. 3-1 our score. High in the air into shallow left center. Waiting out at his Dahl. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. And the runner, not tagging, will retreat to second base.
Now batting, second base.
Next, here is Dylan Moore. He's 0 for 3 so far, so he hasn't done much to help at the top of the lineup. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. As he grounds one briskly to short. He's got it. And there are 2 away now. And now in the box, Jake Fraley, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. From the stretch. Ball 1.
Ugh, gross. Gross.
And this will be fouled away.
It's fine. 1-1.
One run,
We're all right.
hits, and no errors in the game for the Mariners to this point. Hit softly on the ground to first. On to first with it himself is Guzman, and the inning is over. One hit, one left. Home half of the eighth, straight ahead. The Rangers lead it 3-1. Now to the plate, David Dahl.
Frustration is building at the moment. I mean, it just comes down to one bad inning, and I fucking hate that it's that.
Stick with you a little longer.
Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center, but this will be pulled in out there in left center. Well hit, but a rough out.
And it's so fucking frustrating.
All over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction.
We have Kyle Lewis coming up. We have Mitch Haniger, Shedlong Jr. between those two bats.
Here's Joey Gallo now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one. The Mariners.
I don't know. For whatever reason, like I believe the last time I pointed out between
Never easy to sweep any team, but this is a close one. And there's an old saying in baseball, a bloop and a blast. And if they can stay close, get a base hit, get somebody to hit one out of the ballpark, they're not out of this one yet.
I pointed out before this game started that we've had trouble in the past closing out the Rangers. Not the last series we were able to get the sweep in that, but there have been 2 times we've been here in Arlington and played pretty well through the first 2 games, and then dropped the third one here where the defense or the offense has just disappeared, and I just can't get things going the way I want them to go, and it's another issue here. We have had runners on third 2 times with an opportunity to bring them home, and we haven't been able to do that, and that's frustrating.
It's really easy to see why this is a first place ball club. The easy thing that would lay down when you're in first place and not worry about getting swept, but this team is fighting all the way, and one of the keys why they may be a factor heading into the postseason.
The 1-2 freezes him, a strikeout looking.
Oh man, he's been absolutely getting overmatched at the plate the last couple of games. That's his 5th strikeout in this series alone. So clearly this pitching staff, they figured out how to attack this guy. We'll see if he can make any adjustments.
To the plate now, Charlie Culberson, as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Comes set, and the 0-1. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called to strike anyway. 0-2 now.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
Ball and 2 strikes to the Rangers shortstop. Fouled away. Oh, got him looking at the 2-seamer, and that'll end it. One left for
It was
Texas,
right down the
and it's
middle.
still 3-1.
All right, well, we got 2 good innings out of Munoz there, so see what we can do. Jose Leclerc coming in here, 38 games, 0-1 record, 4 blown saves, 26 out of 30. I guess 26 saves, 4 blown, 33 innings, 2.73 ERA. Kyle Lewis.
Start the 9th in this one, and next it'll be the outfielder, Kyle Lewis.
Looking for base runners here as they're down 2 playing on
4-seam slider and a changeup. This was a huge missed pitch. That first pitch in the last at-bat for Kyle Lewis was, if that was timed, it was up, it was a home run.
High in the air out to center field. Right fielder giving chase. He can't get to it. This one's down.
Dan, right here you see a situation where no doubles defense comes back to bite you. As a pitcher, Were you even aware when guys are playing a foot off the track?
I'll be honest with you, D-Roy. You're so concerned about on the mound trying to get that white ball to that dark brown or black glove that I never really ever turned around to even know it's where they were playing. I was concerned about getting the guy out, swinging the bat.
No hits to this point.
Shedlong Jr. at the plate here. 1 on, nobody out. We have Mitch Haniger coming up as well.
0-1, here it comes.
Oh.
Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2.
Wow.
I always remember John Smoltz telling me the greatest asset a closer can have is short-term memory. And this situation,
That's 3 straight changeups. I'm early on all of them. I was looking fastball on that one. Absolutely.
Swing and a miss on the slider, and that's out.
I was looking fastball again there.
Swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best two-strike approach either.
All of those were off speed. And I've struggled with them all day.
Stepping in now is Mitch Haniger. As with 1 away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far.
Well, thank God the swing timing was good.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
Now, this guy's got some of the nastiest stuff in the game. It is absolutely no fun for an offense to try and piece together any type of attack when he's throwing this stuff.
Fouled off.
Lucky to get any sort of contact on that.
Ready with another 0-2. Just a touch outside. 1-2. And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there. 2 away. That's back-to-back strikeouts now as they've been unable to advance that leadoff single into scoring position.
Yeah, clearly no problems working out of the stretch right now, Matt. He's taking control of this inning after giving up that hit. Now we'll see if he can finish it off strong as well.
Next
Wow.
to dig in, Ty France.
Just
He needs to make something
awful.
happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. He's set and the pitch. He swings and sends it in the air out to left center. And that'll be the one that ends it. And the Rangers will put an end.
All right,
to their
that's
skid.
oh.
Game is over. 3-1 the final score this afternoon.
That is a frustrating game.
Held on until the end. Dane Dunning earned his 9th win of the year. James Paxton struck out 10 in the losing effort. Jose Leclerc wraps it up for the save, his 27th of the campaign. So that will wrap things up for Mark DeRosa. Dan,
that is a rough one.
I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
Just wash this one off. Don't worry about it. No big deal. Not that big of a deal. Obviously, you're not going to go 116-0 and everything, and I understand that. This one just sucked. It was a really bad offense. 2 disastrous strikeouts in the 9th, and a couple of really bad opportunities missed with runners on third towards the end of the game. Dane Dunning, 7 innings pitched, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run. He was the player of the game and gets the win. James Paxton picks up the loss. 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 10 strikeouts, 3 earned on 1 swing of the bat from Willie Calhoun, who was 1 for 4 with a home run, a 3-run shot. Evan White was 2 for 3 with a double. J.P. Crawford 1 for 3, with a double. Fraley 1 for 4. Kyle Lewis 2 for 4. Jose Leclerc gets the save, his 27th of the season, and for the second time in as many series, we have had just brutal loss. Just to kind of shower it off, walk away from it, loss. That is, yeah. That one's rough. That one's really rough. Reminiscent of this one back here. This Texas series was in Arlington. We had another Texas series in Arlington back here somewhere. Where the fuck was it? Right here on MLB Network. That's 5-2, 6-2, 2-1 loss. Then you fast forward 5-1, 6-1, 5-3 loss. 5-1, 5-3, 3-1 loss. And it's just, I, for whatever reason, in Arlington can't get the sweeps completed, which is a little frustrating. And much like the Toronto series, 2-1, 6-1, and then a 7-6 head scratcher. I don't know. Paxton didn't even pitch that bad. He threw 10 strikeouts. He got 10 strikeouts and still lost because of one bad inning. Gave up some singles, then a 3-run shot from Willie Calhoun, prize Dodger prospect. And that was that. So that'll drop the Mariners to 76-46. But yeah, I don't know. I'm irked. But we're going to move on. We're going to shower it away. We'll shower it away with the best thing you can possibly shower away things with. And that is some baseball cards. Now, these don't show super well with this lighting on the camera. So I might have to get up and change the light, maybe, and turn something else on. But we have Allen and Ginter, World's Champions cards. There's 6 cards in these packs. These have been really fun to open, even when we get bad losses. They've been a good time to just enjoy. So we'll see what we get today. I opened those accidentally, like really smartly. All right, we have a New York Met. Right. Fucking goddamn it. Double fucking damn it. God fuck. I'm annoyed with the lighting. I'm annoyed with these bottles that I fucking just left. So let's see. It's pretty dark. Whoop. That shows that a lot better though. So we'll show off these cards here. Does it show them off? There's right for the New York Mets. That is card number 1. Card number 2. Candelario. Looks like Detroit there. That's fun. I like that. I kind of look like I'm holding this like I'm going to throw a pitch or something, but I'm not. I'm just holding it to show you a card. Puck. Look at the locks. Look at the flow on this guy. For the Oakland Athletics, a team we'll see in 3 days in Oakland for a quick 2-game set. My camera does not know what to focus on. The card. Don't look at me. Look at the fucking card. I know, there's 2 beautiful men on the screen. You can't figure out what you want to focus on. That is clearly the man in the Oakland Athletics hat. Okay. And again, we have kind of a weird scenario here. We have Jonathan India of the Cincinnati Reds. There you go. Again, the focus on the handsome man in the hat with the smile. Look at that. This is the smaller form card that they put in there. There you go. Now it makes sense that you don't know what to look at. And then last, we have 2 cards left here. We just have we have a rose-breasted cockatoo. It's a baseball card of a bird. Birds of a feather. This is exactly why I love this series of cards. It is fantastic. I love it a lot. I'm a big fan. If it wasn't having such trouble where to focus, I could hold it like this. But there you go. Just a bird card. And then last but not least, we have Sarah Spain. Sarah Spain with an Allen and Ginter World's Champions card. Look at the nice lady. There you go. Good job, camera. Proud of you. The shadow is actually the camera that I can't use because it doesn't know what to do. So, Sarah Spain. Now I can turn this light back on because I actually need it to read the back of this card. With a background in TV, radio, and improv, Spain landed as ESPN Radio what? Oh, landed an ESPN radio job in her Chicago hometown in 2010 before evolving over the past decade as a popular staple on the network's national shows. The Emmy and Peabody Award-winning personality hosts a national radio show, Spain and Company, and podcast, That's What She Said. Sarah also is a regular panelist on Around the Horn and Highly Questionable. What is not highly questionable is how cool this card is. It is very cool. There you go. That's a better look at it. I guess if you hold it at a very severe angle, you kind of get the idea. But it still doesn't know how to focus. Can you just... There you go. There you go. Then we can learn about this birds of a feather. This is what I want out of these cards. Oh, there you go. Oh, maybe that's how I do it? Closer. Oh. Okay. I can't... Oh. All right. Well, we're learning about the cards today. About the camera. Birds of a feather, rose-breasted cockatoo. I don't appreciate that this has the word breast and cock on it. The rose-breasted cockatoo, also known by its Australian Aboriginal name, Gallon, which translates to clown or fool, is one of the most playful and interactive parrots an avian aficionado can own. Able to imitate human voices, car horns, and phone ringtones, among many other sounds. They are viral on the internet for their I Got the Beat dance videos. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that means. Other cards here were this Oakland Athletics pitcher. Just run you through them again because the camera now will work, I guess. We got this smaller card. There you go. And then we have these two guys as well. Not to like short them out or anything, but there you go. There you go. Okay, so I just have to get really close and then it'll adjust the lighting. All right, that's good to know. Because that way it looks a lot better. That light is like way over there and it doesn't provide enough light. Anyway, there you go. That is another baseball series complete. Hopefully you enjoyed the double header today. Thanks to the internet for allowing me to do this now that I can actually use the internet because you were out. Yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Excuse me. We'll hope to have better results tomorrow against the Houston Astros in Houston. So we'll see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time right here on youtube.com/JohnSaurusRex for game number whatever the hell number it is. 76 and 46. It ends in a 2. 7 and 4 is 122. Is it 122? 132? That's paint is not going to help me here. 76. 123. It'll be game number 123. So join me tomorrow for that. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll look to get off to a good start against the Houston Astros. Goodbye and go Mariners.